much for coming back, and for those of you who are watching for the first time, thank you so much. It's only the second video, so you're not that far behind. I just really wanted to say thank you to everybody that watched the first one, everybody that subscribed, everybody that left a comment. I'm so appreciative, and I was just really overwhelmed by that response. And you know, I'm actually really happy that I'm doing this because I almost didn't. So for those of you that don't know, I'm a filmmaker. I am currently in film school, and I think my life has been so focused on film, and I mean that's like my biggest passion no matter what. But like as LeBron James says, I'm not just I'm more than an athlete. I am more than a filmmaker. And you know, I've always had like other interests and other things that I like to do, right? But I think like I became so like focused on that, and you know, was looking at like expectations from like other people, like, oh, what's like the filmmaker stereotype? And I'm like, okay, so as a filmmaker, I can't do this, I shouldn't do that, that's not a good look, this or that. But then it's like, okay, who actually comes up with these rules? Like, I want to meet the person that says that, as not even just as a filmmaker, but like, I know for lawyers it's tough, but you know, like for a lawyer, you can't do this, you can't do that, or whatever. The secret is to just have like a private social media account and just like do all the crazy shit that you've always wanted to do. But this year I told myself that like I am going to do all the things that make me happy and everything that I've wanted to do before I die, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody, right? And doing a vlog was one of them. And I'd stop myself before because I'm like, oh, well, you know, I'm a filmmaker. Like, can a filmmaker really be a vlogger? You know, and it's not just like the vlog, but just with other things. I'm like, you know, maybe you want to post like a sexy picture and you're like, oh, are people going to take me seriously? Like if I'm sexy or whatever. You know, I kind of like had all those like thoughts in my head with like literally every small idea, until like one day I just woke up. I'm just like, look, you're not hurting anybody, you're being yourself, and you're doing what makes you happy, so do it. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody's aspirations are valid. Whatever you want to do, if you want to be a graphic designer, if you want to be a model, if you want to be a banker, whatever it is. I'm sorry guys, I'm feeling kind of sick this weekend. I've had a cough, so my voice is all over the place. I might cough here and there, but you know, pushing through, getting this video out. But yeah, I think that everybody's aspirations are valid, and I really think it's unfair when like people say things like, oh, like looking down on like what somebody wants to do. Like I know like people look down on like, you know, like Instagram models or whatever, but I'm just like, look, imagine if somebody has been wanting to be a model all their life and they've never like gotten a break, right? But like they're posting these like amazing photos on their Instagram and they get noticed, and now they're modeling and they're actually like making money out of it. I think that's pretty cool. And like, you know, some people are afraid of doing that because of like all the negative comments that they get. You know, they're like, oh, some of us are doing this and this and this while you are like posting bathroom selfies. But meanwhile, like if I were to check in your phone, you probably have like bathroom selfies. You know what I mean? So I just think that like for us, whatever we want to do, I think we should just go for it and pursue it and like do what makes you happy. Like the worst thing is for you to be on your deathbed and like regretting all the things that you never did or never tried, you know. And as a community, I think we should let people be themselves and like do what they want and what makes them happy, you know, as long as they're not hurting us. You know what I mean? Like, what is it to us, you know? There's so many expectations, even just like in personal life. Like I know a big one, not so much in America, but where I come from in Zambia, like at my age, you know, people expect you to be married or to have kids or whatever. But like for me, I'm just like, well, that's not really how I see my life right now, you know. Like for me right now, the most important thing is just to secure my future, you know, focus on my career. I feel like, you know, if I was married, I probably wouldn't have been able to move to California and like pursue my master's, you know what I mean? Depending on like where my would have been husband would be or whatever. But you know, I just feel like for me, there's so much that like I want to have like settled before I do that. and I don't think that like I should be judged for that or looked down on because like that's not like my priority right this minute. You know, I do want to get married one day, but like right now I think I just want to try different things and secure my future, make sure that like I can actually give like my kids a good life. But like a lot of my friends are married, happily married, and you know that's their like life and trajectory. Like we all have our own path, different strokes for different folks, different things make different people happy, and people are in different points of their lives. So you can't look at somebody that's married and be like, oh, why are they doing that? Like they should be doing this, or like, no, that is not your life. And you shouldn't look at me who's happy and single and be like, oh, you know, like she can't even, you know, get a ring on her finger or whatever, you know. I just think that we should do the things that make us happy and the things that are best for us in the now, rather than like looking around at what people are doing or what like people are expecting of you. And if you're in like a career as like a lawyer, just make a private account, like if you want to do if you have like things that you desire to do. My sister's a lawyer, but she's also very, very creative, and you know, I always encourage her, like, look, just because you're a lawyer, whatever, it doesn't mean that you can't, you know, do anything creative or get your creative juices flowing. Like I encourage her to like keep writing or stuff like that, because it's stuff that she likes to do. And just because she's very passionate about the law and that's what she loves to do, it doesn't mean that you just forget about like your other things, that your other interests, you know, which I think help you in whatever you're doing. You know, it's different experiences that help you grow and be better in like whatever you whatever else you want to do, you know. So I just want to tell you guys, different strokes for different folks, different things make different people happy. So don't judge, just live your life and let them live their life, and just do whatever you want to do.